That's the problem with most Christian films. They're sermon first, story second. So I'm going to start by asking you a question. J.R.R. Tolkien and C.S. Lewis are both Christians. Who do you think converted the other? A lot of people might assume that it's C.S. Lewis, because his storytelling is more outwardly Christian. Okay, so my mom has always had the expectation for me of, she's asked me this several times of, when are you going to start making faith movies? And I wonder the same thing, because I've got that desire to make those, but I just don't know how. I don't know. It's an interesting thing. That's kind of half the thing that's inspired me to be a filmmaker. The original thing that inspired me to be a filmmaker, when I was 5 years old, I saw Star Wars. And that blew my little kid mind. From that point on, I wanted to make spaceships. That's what I wanted to do. And from there, I discovered storytelling, and that's why I have this channel right now. So, yeah, there's this other side of me that, growing up, going to church, wanting to make some kind of biblical movie, I had this desire that I still have to make faith-based movies, but I just don't know how. I was talking to my brother the other day, saying, I don't know how to make them. I don't know how to come up with a faith-based movie idea. It's hard enough finding those things in your real life of those faith experiences. How are you going to invent those for a movie? It's really difficult. And I'd say that I fall more in the camp of a Tolkien. I make Star Wars, but Star Wars is faith-based. It's always been faith-based. It's about the Force. It's about good and evil, and that's all you need at the end of the day. Lord of the Rings is faith-based. It has his values in there. It may not say the word Jesus in there, but it's about good and evil, right and wrong. It's got temptation, falls from grace. It's got everything in there. It may not be outwardly Christian, but it's a story. We're telling a story here. That's the problem with most Christian films. They're sermon first, story second. If it's not a story, it has no business being a thing. It has no business being a book. It has no business being a movie. I finally reached the conclusion that I don't need to be a C.S. Lewis. I can be a Tolkien. That's what Christian filmmaking needs. That's what any filmmaking needs. It needs to be a story before anything else. And I'm not dissing on C.S. Lewis. He's a great writer, but I can't write that kind of stuff. I can't write direct allegories to Jesus. That's not my style. My style is like Tolkien. I write stories, and my values are just in them, inherently. And whatever your values are, they will come across in your entertainment. Everybody loves Lord of the Rings. It's undeniable. Everybody loves Star Wars. Not everybody loves these Christian movies. There are movies that are made nowadays that I'm not going to call out what these are, but that just feel empty, feel like there's nothing there, and they're just going nowhere. If it's in your values, your deepest values in making something, and you don't even have to navel gaze to do this. It's something you have to do, a story you have to tell, then it's going to say something deeply about you and your value system. And it's going to be a Star Wars. It's going to be a Lord of the Rings. It's going to be this thing that points to Christ. We're here to tell a story. So tell a story.